Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pants less from the kickoff to the final whistle blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales, all big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah.
World of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off. Waste to World of Sports, ahoy! How's everybody? Holy crap, what is that? There is a gigantic white lion down by the side of me. Anyways, welcome along. Nice to see you all. Welcome back, those NRL fans that have not been joining us for all the other sports and fantastic stuff that we've been covering throughout the course of the off-season. It is nice to see you all again. You're wearing your Sharks jersey, XJC. Very nice. A very, very understrength, essentially reserve grade team tonight. But hopefully we see a good performance nonetheless. We're going to see some of those young guns, what they've got to offer. As Cronulla Blake is not playing live through my eyes. Cronulla Blake's been rested. And hang on, I'm just going to turn the camera off for a moment. But the microphone should still be working. I can still talk. Yeah, so Cronulla Blake's not playing tonight. Also, there we go. That's better. Better resolution on the camera. Also, I can tell you that there's no Hines, there's no Trindle tonight, there's no Brayley, there's no McInnes, there's no Cronulla Blake, as we established. The Sharks have rolled out an under-strength reserve-grade team for tonight's proceedings against the Warriors. The Warriors, on the other hand, have gone for a pretty full-strength looking team. Nickel Clockstats at the back with Tenny Zalesniak. Adam Pompey's in there. Tamate Martin and Luke Metcalf, the starting halves for the Warriors. James Fisher-Harris, we are going to get our first look at him in Warriors colours. Looking forward to that. So essentially, this is a trial game through and through. Definitely Nathan Lyon. Ahoy there, definitely Nathan Lyon. It's funny, I thought you had a game of cricket on. Anyways, definitely Nathan Lyon. We are pumped for the NRL, that's for sure. Looking forward to season 2025. As always, sing out if there's any issues on the stream, whether it be with audio or whatnot. I'll try my best to help out, especially if it's something on our end. It's been a long off-season, so despite the fact I haven't changed anything with the setup, you never know. It could all change without me actually touching anything. We've learnt that the hard way many, many times. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So, James Fisher-Harris, his first hit out in Warriors colours. Looking forward to that tonight. But the Sharks, let's just quickly run through their team. So, Will Kennedy and Sione Katoa, familiar names. Hiroti and Iro in the centres. Well, Iro will be getting a lot of game time in 2025, but no Jesse Ramian. No Braden Trindle or Nico Hines. You've got Daniel Atkinson and Puru, Niawai Puru. And I hope I'm saying his name correctly, but a star for the Newtown Jets getting his first taste of NRL footy tonight. So looking forward to see what he's got to offer. Brendan Hamlin, ULA, the starting prop. I don't think he'll be the starting prop necessarily what's the word? The actual start of the season. I think Hamlin ULA will be coming off the bench, but we'll see. Jaden Beryl, the starting hooker. No Brayley tonight as well. Thomas Hazelton, again a bench player who is also starting tonight. Billy Burns in the second row and Oregon Kafusi. So it'll be interesting to see what this young Sharks team can throw out there against the Warriors. I reckon the Warriors are going to win quite convincingly. Let's be honest, it's a reserve grade team with some stars sprinkled through it, and it's not even their top stars. No offense to Will Kennedy and Sione Katoa, but obviously the big names for the Sharks are noticeably absent, whereas the Warriors have gone all out here, not holding anything back. They've listed their whole club, basically, yes, says Mads. And I think the Warriors will win this quite convincingly. I've gone for my same game multi. Let's go with Tenny Zalesniak. Tenny Zalesniak won me a lot of money in 2024. He won me a lot of money in 2023. He won me a lot of money. You see where I'm going with this. I'm basically going to list every single year that he's played. He is a try-scoring machine. He is a finishing machine. And I think he's going to bag some points tonight as the Warriors look to throw it around. I'm sure both teams will look to throw it around and try some things. With Tenny Zalesniak, Mr. Reliable, I've gone him in my same game multi. And I've also gone a little bit out of the ordinary. Curtis Capewell. Kurt Capewell has been a little bit quiet. But I just feel like the addition of James Fisher-Harris is going to unlock that Curtis Capewell that we knew from the Penrith Panthers days. He didn't really kick on with the Broncos. He was reliable in that sort of grand final run. Life Through My Eyes says, but Dallin's defense ain't really good, eh? Honestly, I don't care. He's in my multi to score tries, to score a try, so that's all I care about. If he scores a try, I'm happy. He can let through, and I'm also a Shark supporter, so he can let through many, many tries down his edge if he really wants to, as long as he scores one. So I think Kurt Capewell's going to get ignited here with the addition of James Fisher-Harris. James Fisher-Harris just presents a unique skill set. No offense to Fanua Blake. Obviously, it's almost a like-for-like substitute. Down Fanua Blake, upper Fisher-Harris. It's pretty much like-for-like, but I just, look for Fisher-Harris to really ignite Kurt Capewell there. So I've got Kurt Capewell in my multi as well. And for the Sharks, I mean, geez, I don't know that the Sharks try scorers could be anyone. So I've gone with Samuel Stonestreet. But anyway, this game is underway. Oh, and a bobble from the kickoff. Well, we nearly saw our first mistake of preseason 2025. It's the Sharks who have kicked off, and the Warriors bringing it out of their own end. The Sharks, the home team here, of course, tonight. And there is Fisher Harris with his first run in Warriors colours. And I've got to say, there's just something about that black jersey, right? The black jersey just makes guys look more powerful than they probably actually are. Fifth and last on the halfway, and Metcalf puts the kick down. A solid step to start for the Warriors. And Will Kennedy will bring it back into traffic for the Sharks, driven backwards. And the Sharkies will start this set 10 metres out from their own line on the back foot. Gamer Mel, ahoy there. How are you? I'm doing very well, thank you. I'll be doing even better if this multi gets up tonight. Here's hoping for our first multi of the season. Well, the preseason. But let's get the first one up. And, yeah, that'd be good. It'd be a great start to the year. As the Sharks bring the ball up and just get through their work. Nothing special. Or both teams just getting the feelers back in. As Atkinson kicks down, taken on the full and lost forward. Lost forward by Edward Kosey. He's gone goofed. The very first goof that we've seen in season 2025. And that's not what you want. Atkinson put the kick down into Kosey's corner. And he bobbles it and spills it all in the one motion. And there is the first mistake for the Warriors. First mistake of the game. We saw that the kickoff was bobbled as well, so there was very nearly a mistake there. Opportunity now for the Sharks, nice and early. Pre-season, of course. This is the time to get out all of those little errors. As the Sharks win the scrum and go the blind side. Sione Katoa puts a little step on and runs more sideways than anything else. 10 metres out from the line, Hamlin ULA. A 6 again. Also, there's some new rule changes. Well, not changes, but some new interpretations that we need to run through at halftime. Atkinson, inside ball for the sofa. Talakai backs into the defence, but he can't get through. Curtis Capewell's there with Fisher Harris. I can't get used to Fisher Harris in this jersey. Short ball from dummy half to Hazelton. And Hazelton will dive over and score the first try of NRL 2025. It is only the preseason. Let's make that very, very clear. It's still only the preseason. But the Sharks are on the board inside the first 5 minutes. Off the back of that big error from Edward Kosey. And Tommy Hazelton, Dizzy, the egg, has scored. And from dummy half, Jaden Beryl. Jaden Beryl looks like he's straight out of that bloody, what was that show about the trailer park? Not Trailer Park Boys, that'd be too obvious. Duck Dynasty or something, I think it was called. Try confirmed, and the Sharks are up 4 points to 0. Well, a good start to the preseason for the Sharkies. They are missing all their stars, severely under strength. The very definition of under strength. As Atkinson pops this one over for a 6 points to 0 lead. Ollie is the best. Ahoy there. Who's a cheeky monkey out of Luke and Keelan? Oh, I'm going to have to say Keelan. Luke's... I don't know a Luke that's not cheeky, but I'm going to say in this circumstance, when there's only two options, Luke seems too obvious. So let's go with Keelan. 6 points to 0, the Sharks lead. And they've got themselves a nice little start here. As the Warriors get us back underway. And Brandon Hamlin-Uele with the first hit up. DJ Shack, ahoy, mate. It's nice to see all the familiar names popping back out again, joining us here on the Wasted World of Sports. Nice to have your company as always. John Clansek, ahoy there, mate. Ethan Giles says up the wires as the Sharks bring it out to the 40. It's tackle 3, so they're making some good yardage here from the restart. Up to the halfway line. Kennedy getting involved in the hard yakka. Unusual to see a fullback jump into the line up there on the halfway mark. Puro puts the kick down with Tenny Zalesniak secure under the high ball. Takes it 20 metres out from their own line here, the Warriors. The Sharks on top early. On the back of mistakes, of course, as Mitch Barnett, the captain, leading from the front. They approach the halfway line. Nickel Clockstad puts a step on and makes some great meters. 40 out from the Sharks line on tackle 5. Metcalf kicks in a little bit too deep, and Will Kennedy plants himself under it and takes this on the full. They'll come back for a 20-meter restart. Well taken there by Kennedy. Almost 7 minutes gone. It's 6 points to 0. The Sharks and the Warriors, as you would expect in a preseason, very, very scrappy. Both teams taking their time to get into their work as the sofa goes on a big run up to halfway. Quick play the ball. Beryl goes quickly to Atkinson. Cat Lego, ahoy mate. Very good morning and Happy New Year. Yes, welcome back all the NRL subscribers on the YouTube. Wasted World of Sports expanding. We're back on Twitch. We're back on Facebook as Sofa pokes his nose through. Flick pass around the back. Gets it to Hiroti. And it's dropped by Sione Katoa with the try line beckoning. Well, that was an opportunity to score gone begging. Talakai gets the arms free in a 2-on-1 tackle. The flick pass that Hiroti taps on. And Sione Katoa furious with himself as he drops that one. And now they've given away a penalty. Just to compound the error, they've given away a penalty. Inside the 10 metres. Pretty much unforgivable from a tap restart. Heel Fries, ahoy mate. It's nice to have Heel Fries and Michelle reunited once again. She's been spending most of her time over on TikTok these days. As the Warriors now. Yes, XJC, I've said ahoy quite a few times, actually. 20 metres out from the line, the Warriors on the back of that penalty can go on the attack. Metcalf out the back to Nickel Clockstad. Floats the pass over for Watene Zalesniak, who runs out of space down the sideline and throws it back in field. The Sharks dive on it. And they get the penalty for being dragged over the sideline. And Watene Zalesniak is limping back into position. Well, our multi was nearly on there. Watene Zalesniak in space. You would expect him to score the try from there. Remember the same game multi, Watene Zalesniak, Curtis Capewell, and Samuel Stonestreet. And Watene Zalesniak's off. Well, we saw him limping after that tackle. And Watene Zalesniak is off the field. 10 minutes into this preseason. Oh, no, he's still there. He's come back. It's all right. He's back. And the Sharks in possession. Well, he went off the field very momentarily. Oh, and he's gone again. Watene Zalesniak. Make up your mind. You're playing with my emotions here, Mr. Soulglow. Playing with my emotions. 10 minutes into the game and he's off with injury, it seems. There's the high ball to Nickel Clockstadt, and he is absolutely hammered by Puru, who chases through. And the Warriors start the set inside their own 20 and driven backwards in a three-man tackle. Wateni Zelezniak in my multi is off the field inside 10 minutes. DJ Shaq, yes, we did week 1 of the Six Nations. It was a lot of fun. So I will certainly look to keep that going. As the Warriors come up with another spilt ball on tackle 3. That is early in the count. Oh, and it's Curtis Capewell, my other try scorer in the multi. Dear, oh dear. Dropped ball on play number 3. And that's just simply a loose carry. Oh, Mitchell Barnett is gushing out blood. He's probably lost about 4 teeth by the looks of it. Good Lord. I love how casual they are about it all too, right? Like there is blood literally flowing down his cheek. Well, his chin, rather. It'd be a bit weird if that was his cheek. But flowing down his chin. And he's just so calm and casual about it all. I'd be freaking out. Scrum down for the Sharks. They had success last time. Is that Villy plugged in? Vil plugged in. New to this channel. Much love and appreciation for the stream. Cheers, Vil. Welcome along to the Wasted World of Sports. Lined up to the left here, the Sharks, but Puru goes on his own and takes the tackle in front of the post, about 12 out. Hamlin ULA puts the step on and spills the ball. It's errors galore, and the Warriors now spill it straight back. Going to be a double knock on. He wasn't expecting the pass there, the Warriors player. Aaron Clark, I believe that was. But Hamlin ULA spills the ball. It's errors are us out there at the moment, but you, as I said, you expect that 12 minutes into a preseason game. A scrum down for the Warriors in front of their own post, 10 metres out. A shaky start for both teams. Staying down the show. Dummies fooled everybody, even me. The break from dummy half there from Wade Egan. And he picks up a good 15 metres. Capewell holds on to the ball this time. We'll give him a sarcastic round of applause as he plays at 40 metres out now from their own line. Fisher Harris on to Aaron Clark. And Clark takes it up to halfway. Dennis says he's bleeding quite badly, talking about that Mitch Barnett incident. Huge. So much blood. Fifth and last now, 40 out for the Sharks line. Tamade Martin puts the kick high. Pressure on Stone Street at the back, and it's been ripped out of his hands. That'll be 6 more tackles, you would think. No, it's saying it was a clean take from the Warriors, so it will be a handover. I thought Stone Street caught it and it was ripped out, but no, on the replay I can see it was the Warriors who won the battle in the air there. Now, of course, my understanding of the preseason is that unlimited interchange. It's not like when the regular season starts and they've only got a certain amount. It's going to be unlimited interchange. As the Sharks now up over halfway, Dizzy Hazelton takes the 5th and last. Dan Jam, ahoy mate. Atkinson kicks high, contestable. And moving forward to take it is Kosi. And considering that he dropped the last one under no pressure, he was under immense pressure on this occasion and comes up with the catch. Quick play the ball and up towards halfway they march here, the Warriors. Some good go forward. 40 out from the Sharks line. Left-hand edge, they attack. Metcalf goes to Capewell. Capewell's brought to ground. But a penalty to the Warriors. Tackled on suspicion there. Held without the ball. Take the 2. And it was pretty clear there, the Sharks, as the Warriors looked to get the wraparound play moving. Luke Metcalf was taken without the ball. They'll tap and go. And we're all the reserves have rolled out. We're all the way up to number 24 now, which is Big Bad Bunty Afoa. Metcalf with the tap on from Tamare Martin, and it's gone forward. Through the back line went the Warriors, but they just get it a little bit wrong. Forward pass there from the tap on. And the Sharks survive. Well, 25 minutes to go in this first half. The preseason begins. And very, very shaky is all you can say about the Warriors. Sharks haven't really been that much better. But they do have a try to show for it, at least. Skyfinks, this is exclusive on KO Sports. Penalty now to the Sharks. Oh, for free. Yeah, Christ, I don't know. James Fisher-Harris is playing. Dan Jam. The Warriors have named a full-strength squad. The Sharks treating it as a true trial game. And they've rested a lot of their stars, but they start this attacking raid from the halfway line. And a penalty again to the Sharks. The Warriors caught inside the 10 metres. Ten metres out from the try line. And Oregon Kafusi. 5 metres out from the line. Pressure on the Warriors here. Atkinson, inside ball to Hamlin Uele, back towards the post. Still 5 metres out. Just to the right of the uprights here. They spread the ball left. Puru puts on a step, goes on his own. Pass it, mate. Beryl from dummy half. He doesn't pass it. Pass the ball, boys. That's what it's all about. Draw in the defence. Pass the ball. Puru to Hazelton in midfield. Goes to ground on the 5th and last. They've wasted a lot of tackles here, the Sharks. Now Puru to the line. Inside ball. And almost stepping through was Billy Burns. But he goes to ground a couple of metres out. And some wasted plays there from the Sharks. But again, look, we can't be too harsh. It's pre-season. They're trying some things out. If trying some things out means a couple of guys have a dart on their own and try and break the line, fair enough. It's not about winning and losing here in the pre-season. About trying things. As I think the team selection for the Sharks pretty much sums up that way of thinking as well, right? There's the Warriors now, some one-out stuff up to the halfway line and now beyond. A good second effort there from Erin Clark. Takes them just inside Sharks territory on the 5th and last. And now Metcalf puts the kick high. Taken by Stone Street under no pressure. Runs back towards midfield and he is crushed by Bunty Afoa. Big Bad Bunty and his big bad hair. Sharks in possession. Noah B, ahoy mate. What's my thoughts on the Tigers making the top 8? They've got a top 8 squad. It might. I reckon that the Tigers, though, will follow the Bulldogs' path, where it might take a season or two for it to all come together and click. But on paper, they have got a top 8 squad. And honestly, it's madness to think otherwise. On paper is a top 8 squad, but of course, on paper means nothing. They've got to go out and get the job done, don't they? As the high ball down to Nickel Clockstadt. The Sharks complete another set. 6 points to 0. A quarter of the way through this game, and a penalty to the Warriors. Up inside the 10. Noah says, your pop played for the Tigers back in the day. Oh, that's awesome. For the Balmain Tigers. Very nice. What era of Balmain Tigers are we talking? Are we talking the Benny Elias? Hang on, I'll try and speak properly. Benny Elias era, or Paul Sirenen, Tim Brasher? Oh, they had a team, didn't they, back then? It's amazing that they didn't win a premiership during that era. Damn Raiders. Bloody Ricky's Green Goblins, as Watene Zelezniak is on the sideline. His wrist is in ice. So I dare say that Watene Zelezniak will be taking no further part in this game. And there is my multi shot to pieces immediately. As the Warriors keep it alive now, Nickel Clockstadt goes through a gap and dives over to score. Second phase play, and it just parted like the Red Sea. And the Sharks are left standing behind the line, scratching their heads, wondering where life went wrong, as Nickel Clockstadt dives over unopposed. It was second phase play here. They thought it had gone to ground, but the flick pass back to Egan, and it catches a lot of Sharks defenders napping. The Warriors hit back out of absolutely nowhere. High contact from Will Kennedy as well. 6 points to 4, the kick to come. DJ Shack says, is Kennedy going to be booked for that high tackle? Probably not. I don't think there was any malice in it. I mean, I realise that probably doesn't matter all that much. Although, apparently, in 2025, as Metcalf converts, and we're all locked up at 6-all. And Watene Zelezniak is now heading down the tunnel. I think that makes it official that his night is done. Down the tunnel he goes. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so there's been a change to the sin bin. High contact in 2024 was pretty much immediately 10 in the bin, right? 10 in the bin immediately. But what's going to happen in 2025 is if a player leaves the field for a HIA, if the player is found to have failed the HIA, then the game will stop. The TMO will interject, the game will stop, and then the player will be sin binned. So it's not an immediate 10 in the bin for high contact. It's only going to be if they fail HIA. D-Funk, ahoy mate. I think I've understood that correctly, what I read We can have a closer look at it at halftime. And they're also going to be cracking down on players diving this year, which is great. We've gone full circle. It's all the way back now to referees' discretion on obstructions. Fifth and last, Metcalf puts the kick through. Stone Street again, reliable under the high ball. Hero tries to make some meters. So, yeah, there's a couple of little things that are changing for 2025. We've gone full circle with the obstruction rule, right? Like, the whole thing was it shouldn't being left up to the umpire's discretion or the referee's discretion caused too much uncertainty in the rules. They wanted something black and white, no grey areas. So they came up with what they came up with. Any contact at all on the outside shoulder meant an obstruction penalty. Now we've gone back to it's up to the referee's discretion, which I find hilarious. They may as well have just left it like that. Warriors back in possession. 40 metres out from their own line on play 2. Players back into full contact, getting busted up all over the place. As Jacob Laban now up over halfway. Through the hands now out to the left and time off. I don't know what the hell just happened. The Warriors played the ball and started running off to the left, and the referee blew his whistle. Oh, he hasn't played the ball. Well, what a goof. He's not played the ball. That is something else they're cracking down on as well. The foot must make contact with the ball during the play the ball motion. He's rolled it back. The foot's never made contact with the ball, and the referee's pinged him. That's what's happened. There we go. That is the first of those that we've seen. Turnover for an incorrect play the ball. They're cracking down on that too, apparently, in 2025. So the Sharks have the ball now, 30 out from the Warriors line, and now 25 with Talakai making some good post-contact meters. Takes tackle 4, just outside the 20. Atkinson to Puro. Puro drops it, and it's called a knock on, even though it clearly went behind him. I mean, he dropped the ball so far backwards, but the referee's called a knock on, and he can only be frustrated with himself there. That's clearly gone backwards, I'm sorry. But anyway, is what it is. There's Mitch Barnett getting all bandaged up on the sideline. As Egan now finds some space. Down the sideline he goes, gets the offload away. And the Warriors back up to halfway. Cody C, ahoy there. How you doing? I go for the Sharks. Oh, a naked Mitch Barnett on the sideline as the Warriors are now 30 metres out. Metcalf steps back in field. We'll play it on tackle 5. It's going to be up to Tamate Martin here for the kick. Where is he? No, it's gone to Nickel Clockstad, who punches it in behind the line, and it carries way too far over the dead ball line. And Stone Street runs it back for a 7-tackle set here for the Sharks. 6 points all in it's a relatively uneventful game, isn't it? Graham Yamby says, come on, Sharks, go for the win. Beryl from dummy half. can't get through Bunty Afoa. Look at the size of that man and look at the size of his hair. I hope to have hair like that one day. I mean, I've got the length, I reckon. I reckon I've got Bunty on length, but he has definitely got me for frizziness. Atkinson to Puru. Puru, short ball to Hoskin, running the angle. And the Sharks 40 metres out. Beryl again to Lachlan Crouch. There's a lot of names I'm not familiar with out there at the moment. There's the kick from Puru in behind the line, and it's taken by Nickel Clockstadt. 5 metres out from their own try line, the Warriors. 6 points all, 11.5 to go until the halftime break. I thought they might have done this in quarters tonight. Or I was going to say Defunk. Defunk has suggested I try a new shampoo. I was going to say maybe no shampoo at all. No shampoo at all can get your hair starting to look a little bit ratty, can't it? Up towards the halfway line and an early kick now from inside the 40. Looking for a 40-20. An amazing angle on it. And the Warriors have pulled off a fantastic kick there. Was that Luke Metcalf? Luke Metcalf, a Sharks junior that they have let go. They let Metcalf go to the Warriors to retain Matt Moylan. Can I just point that out? The Sharks let that guy go to retain Matt Moylan, and now here he is in the preseason 2025, coming through the ranks, waited for his moment, waited for Sean Johnson to retire, waited for his moment, and now he's kicking 40-20s against us. There is something seriously wrong with the Sharks' recruitment and retention, I swear. Anyway, crash ball here for Aaron Clark. Reaches out centimetres short. And they've got numbers to the left. The Sharks are spread thin, but racing up to make the tackle is Hiroti. And the Warriors lose some momentum and some ground. Tackle 4 now, 5 metres out. The go-ahead try is beckoning. Lots of replacements out on the field. Through the hands now. And a nice little step. Still close to the line. 5 metres out. Metcalf, crossfield kick. It's perfectly positioned. Tap back from the Warriors. And the try line's wide open, but the Sharks scramble and shut it down. Sione Katoa and Daniel Atkinson were there. Just in the nick of time. Carl Wilson says, sounds like the same old was. Unforced errors and inept refereeing so far. Well, to be fair, we're still in the preseason, right? So the handling errors can be forgiven for now. For now. But I do understand the sentiment. As the Sharks, with 8 minutes 40 to go till the halftime break. In possession and 40 metres out from their own try line. Not a lot of metres made on that set. Fifth and last now. 35 is all they got. Puru will have to put in a big kick. A penalty Broncos. Oh, the Barton with the $5 super chat. Cheers, mate. Very much appreciate that. And yes, penalty Broncos indeed. There's a penalty Broncos even when they're not playing. And again, rolling through the legs, no contact with the foot. The Warriors, for the second time tonight, have now been pinned on this crackdown. Play the ball. You have to make contact with your foot. Roll it back with your foot. And that's twice now the Warriors have just failed completely to make contact with the ball. And the Sharks can go on the attack with 7.5 in the first half remaining. 30 metres out from the line. And a slow play of the ball. Bodies tangled everywhere. Like the human centipede. "20 out in midfield. Atkinson, inside ball and change of angle for Billy Burns. And they win the penalty, the Sharks. They're not going to take the 2, are they? I'd love to see it. It's a preseason trial, though. There's no taking the 2 points in preseason trials. Five out from the line. The Sharks, a full set of 6. Out to the right they go. Puru, inside ball. And charging towards the line. Just a couple of metres short now and play 2 in front of the post. They're all offside, the Warriors, and that'll be 6 more. And it is. Well, the Sharks, surely they have to score here. Puru to Atkinson. Atkinson steps back towards the post. Backs himself to get there. Half a metre short. Puru goes left. No, he goes back right. Another set restart. They're inside the 10 again. Well, how do you get inside the 10? How do you get yourself offside? You've literally got the goal line to judge the distance. Back-to-back set restarts here for the Sharks. Puru. Wide to the right they go. Hosking offloads. Back for Atkinson. A kick through on tackle 2. Needs it to sit up, but it beats him over the dead ball line. Atkinson. Oh, it was the right idea. The execution was just a little bit lacking, and you certainly can't blame him for trying. Boy, kicking through on tackle 2, though. That takes some balls. The Warriors off the hook. Atkinson, mind you, though, Atkinson, he would have looked like an absolute god, though, if he pulled that up. Pulled that off, sorry. Carl Wilson, Fanua Blake has been rested tonight, that's all. Fanua Blake's been rested. Hines and Trindle are out for the All-Stars game next weekend. Hines and Trindle are the starting halves for the Indigenous team next week, so they're not playing. McInnes has been rested. Mulatalo's been rested. Well, actually, Mulatalo might be playing in that All-Stars game as well, as the Warriors now attack the left edge. They've got an overlap at a forward pass, brings that play to its death. And the Sharks are off the hook again. Miles, ahoy there over on TikTok. Do I think Katoa scores? I've gone for Stone Street myself, but yeah, it's a bit hard to pick with the Sharks at the moment. MUFC, ahoy there. ESAS says O'Brien, first coach in NRL to get the flick for 2025. Interesting. He's been on life support for a few seasons, hasn't he? O'Brien, as the Sharks driven backwards in the tackle here. 3.5 minutes to go until the halftime break. Tigers to avoid the wooden spoon will be an achievement itself. Oh, they'll avoid the spoon. They will avoid the spoon. Gus Gould's in the crowd. Hey, Gus. How are you, mate? Legend. A drink to Gus. He's on a recruitment drive. Babyface Bano. How's Metcalf look? Fantastic. I am devastated that the Sharks ever let him go. They let Metcalf go to the Warriors so they could re-sign Matt Moylan. Metcalf has looked very impressive. 2.5 minutes to go till the halftime break. 6 points all, locked in a deadlock. And just as you would expect from the first hit out for both teams, a comedy of errors. MUFC keeps asking, should I follow you? It's entirely up to you, my friend. As the Warriors spill the ball in contact on the halfway line. And it's another error. Oh, errors galore. Gamer Mel, the try scorer for the Warriors, was Sean Nickel-Clockstadt. And the try scorer for the Sharks was big Tommy Dizzy the Egg Hazelton. Sharks win the scrum on halfway. A minute and a half to go till the halftime break. All locked up at 6 points all. And I have to say, as we approach the break, 6 points all. Well, the thing is, I'm obviously not involved in either team outside of just supporting the game. So I don't know what their expectations, what their objectives were for tonight. But I would have to say, just on the surface, the Sharks, as they attack the left-hand edge now and have created an overlap for Stone Street. But the Warriors' defense slides across. Stone Street has to cut back in field. Fifth and last, Puru kicks towards the upright, hits the upright, and it bounces kindly for Curtis Capewell, who brings it back into the field of play. And the Warriors survive that little attacking raid. "30 seconds left until halftime." So on the surface, the Sharks have fielded legitimately a trial squad. They've rested so many players. A lot of players unavailable because of the All-Stars game next week. But the Warriors have gone full strength. 6-all at halftime, and now they've come up with an error to play the ball. The Warriors. But there's only 4 seconds to go. The Sharks might get one last play at it. There goes the siren. Halftime, 6 points all. It's been scrappy. Oh, Simsy, thank you very much for the rose. Very much appreciate that. Over there on TikTok. Jerry Loveday, ahoy mate, welcome back. Cheers from Taiwan. Six points all at the halftime break. So what I was suggesting was the Warriors have fielded a full-strength team. The Sharks, very clearly, an under-strength reserve-grade team. Very much a trial team. So at 6 points all at the halftime break, I would have to say, just on the surface, not knowing any of the expectations or objectives of the coaches, the Sharks would go into the sheds pretty happy with this effort. You would expect. I mean, 6-all, this is the Sharks up-and-comers versus the best that the Warriors have got. A couple of big talking points, though. Watene Zelezniak gone inside the first 10 minutes, leaving the field with an apparent wrist injury. And that wrist looks like the ice is off. Looks like the ice is off the wrist. So hopefully Watene Zelezniak is all good. But seeing one of your star players leave the field inside 10 minutes, I mean, it's the argument, isn't it? Do you play your top players in the preseason trials? You need to give them game time, yes, but, I mean, look what's happened. Look what's happened. Watene Zelezniak injured inside the first 10 minutes. And he would be a pretty big out for the Warriors as the season carries on. They better avoid it, yes. Oh, tell me about it, Clutch, because I had Watene Zelezniak in my multi. Actually, let's have a look. Let's see if they've voided it. Let's see if we got the mercy rule. Yes! Yes! Okay, Sportsbet have voided With Tenny Zelezniak's been voided. Yeah! Oh, I'm happy now. I'll drink to that. Let's face it, I'll drink to anything. It's the wasted world of sports, for crying out loud. Live on YouTube, live on Twitch, live on TikTok, live on Facebook. Welcome along, everybody. If you're just joining us for the first time, it's a little bit of a blend of commentary, and I try and interact with the chat room whilst also trying to keep everybody abreast with what's happening in the game. So it's kind of like a slice of commentary with a slice of random banter in the chat room. I try and balance it out as best we can. So welcome along for those who have never joined us before. Johnny Wads says, who do you think will win the Super Bowl on Monday? Honest to God, I have no idea. No idea. Bunnings Snag asks who I've got for the top 4 this year. Storm, minor premiers. Panthers in second. As much as I don't want to say so, I do think the Broncos will be 3 and 4. They've got the piss easiest draw out of anybody else in the comp once again. And I think Madge Maguire will come in and harden them up a little bit. So as much as I don't want it to be the case, I think the Broncos will be in that top 4, just based on the ease of their draw alone. So who takes up the last spot in the 4? You know what? I reckon Manly are a pretty good shot. If Manly stay fit and healthy and firing. Penrith aren't making the top 4. Jesus, that's a huge call. That is a monumental call. That is ball sack on a choppy board with the knife dangling above it call. I love it. I do love balls on the chopping block calls. I give one every year. Every single year, I put my balls on the chopping block and say that the Raiders are going to win the wooden spoon. And sons of bitches, they just never win it. The Panthers are absolutely making it. The Panthers will be in the grand final. I just think they'll lose this time to the Melbourne Storm. It is the year of the Melbourne Storm. Dan Jam asks if I'm going to do a season preview at some point like last year. Yeah, I'm sure that I probably will. Yeah, they've lost players every year, though, Stephen. We've been saying that the Panthers have lost players and are going to fall off the cliff every single year for the past 4 years. And they just keep winning. They keep replacing them. They keep winning. Johnny Wad, thoughts on the Dolphins squad for this year? Solid starting squad. The concern for the Dolphins, I think, will be the Wayne Bennett leaving factor. Is that a real thing, or is it just a coincidence? We're about to find out. And also injuries. I don't think they've got... One of the big problems for the Dolphins year in, year out has been depth. If they suffer a few injuries, they'll be in trouble. Tommy Lobb, ahoy, mate. Carl Wilson says Sharkies and Bunnies could make up the top 6. Yeah, I think the Sharks are... The Sharks with Fanua Blake could just be the cog that's been missing in their forward pack. Blake, ahoy, mate. How's it going? That Sharks forward pack does just look a lot better with with Fanua Blake there. What I'm excited about this year is there's just so much potential. There are so many teams that could finish absolutely anywhere. The Bulldogs, Stephen is asking over on TikTok where the Bulldogs will come, in my opinion. I mean, they'll definitely be in the top 8. They'll definitely be pushing for the top 4. I actually think the Broncos could be the team that are expected to be there that miss out. Look, I am not for 1 second sold on the Broncos. I have the Broncos high in my top 8 every single year just because they always have the easiest draw out of anybody. They get the most home games and they get the least travel time. So the Broncos, whether we like it or not, and this is not their fault. I'm not ragging on them. This is not their fault. They get the best draw because they draw the biggest crowds to the stadium and on television. So they get the best games and the best time slots at their home ground. It's business. I'm not ragging on the Broncos. I'm telling you the reasons why they should easily make the top 4. That's all. David YT, what do I think for the Roosters in 2025? They're in trouble. The Roosters are in a little bit of trouble. There's going to be no Cheese and there's going to be no Sam Walker. And I'm sorry, but the Chad is not the answer. Chad Townsend might be a premiership winner, but yeah, Chad is not the answer. So if he can do just enough, though, if they can do just enough, there's still enough talent around the Rooster squad to keep themselves in the conversation. So I think they'll be fighting for a position in the 8. I would be very surprised if they come anywhere near top 4. I wouldn't be shocked if they make the 8, though. I mean, if they're just hanging around, if they're hanging around 10th spot with, and Sam Walker returns and the Cheese returns, I mean, not that Brandon Smith has set the world alight since he went to the Roosters, but still, ideally, Trent Robinson's ideal squad involves Brandon Smith as the starting hooker. Connor Watson's not meant to be playing starting hooker. He's meant to be more a utility. Shane, thank you very much there for an ice cream. Oh, very nice. Very nice. It's a very hot day here in Brisbane. So an ice cream will go down very nicely. Thank you. Cheers. Up the wires. Defunk says there's one reason why the Broncos won't make it into the Final 4, though, and they just paid out the arse for it. What? Not Katoni Staggs. We've got to be talking about Reese Weesey, the little princess, right? Princess Walsh. Yeah, because they didn't really... Actually, they've got Katoni Staggs on a steal. Katoni Staggs has just re-signed for 4 years. 4 years, $500K a year. That is a steal for Katoni Staggs. So they've gone from, they being the Broncos, they've gone from, we've got absolutely no chance of re-signing both Staggs and Cobbo. They said this, not me. This is the Broncos administration saying this on their own. We've got no chance of keeping both Staggs and Cobbo. They said it, not me, right? This was Broncos administration. Suddenly, so that's how tight their salary cap is with the Reece Walsh and Ezra Mam deals and Payne Haas. They locked a lot of money into those three. Oh, we can't do it. We're not going to be able to keep both Staggs and Cobbo. So what do? They sign, not only do they sign Ben Hunt, they sign Grant Anderson over from the Storm. And Grant Anderson's not going to be $1 million player, but after the season that he's had with the Storm, I mean, if he's not on 400 or 500K a year, then geez. So they've gone from we can't afford it to they've brought in Ben Hunt, they've brought in Grant Anderson, they've now re-signed Staggs on a steal. There'll be some brown paper bags floating around somewhere in Katoni Staggs' house, rest assured. And now they're looking to lock up Selwyn Cobbo as well. So they've gone from we can't afford to keep both of them at Red Hill to suddenly, oh, we can afford to keep both of them at Red Hill and we're going to make them offers. And we've also signed all these other guys too. I mean, I'm not hating, I'm just stating what does the salary cap really mean? Not a whole lot, obviously. Second half is underway right now, Will. As the Warriors kick off. And Hamlin Uele with the first hit up for the Sharkies. So 6 points all at the halftime break. And I would say that the Sharks might just be the happier of the two teams. Locked up at 6 point all. But who knows? Who really knows, in all honesty? A preseason trial game. Who really, really knows? As Talakai takes it up to halfway, the big sofa. Actually, he's looking like he's trimmed down. Sofa Talakai. And now a big charge from Tommy Hazelton. Takes it up to the 30, and that is a wicked set of 6 for the Sharks to open. 58 metres they've gained. And the high ball puts pressure on Nickel Clockstadt right outside his own try line. And a penalty. A Milky Magoo penalty for pressure on the neck. Charles Nickel Clockstadt there milks his way to a penalty. I mean, well played, sir. Well played. Carl Wilson says Walsh is a show pony who can light it up in attack but can't defend. One thing that I always say about Reece Walsh, and look, everything else in his game is teachable. Ball handling, the high-risk passes, being in position on defense. It's all teachable. One thing that you can't really teach, though, one thing that you can't really learn is just pure speed. Reece Walsh has got pure speed. So if he learns all this other stuff, he will absolutely be a weapon that's worth $1 million a season. I just don't think it's going to happen, is all. Brendan Barker, ahoy there, mate. You're Wangu Bunda. Nice to see you again. Oh, spilt ball from the Warriors on the first set of 6 in the second half. Their first set of 6 on attack, and they've come up with a mistake. The errors keep rolling on here for the Warriors. How are you, mate? Welcome back for season 2025. Very much appreciate all our long-term channel members over there on YouTube. Scrum down for the Sharkies. 30 out from their own try line. Driven back in the tackle here. 3-man tackle from the Warriors. Katoa. 1 out from the ruck. So a poor start to the second half here for the Warriors. Hazelton draws in 2. 40 metres out from the line. Brandon is looking forward to the Tigers this season. Absolutely, as Kafusi goes up the middle. And it's dragged down. 40 out from the Warriors line on tackle 4. A good run there from Kafusi. Hamlin Uele straight ahead. Takes 2 to stop him. 30 metres out in midfield here, the Sharks. Hazelton to Atkinson. Atkinson puts it high. Contestable kick. Katoa goes through, but it's taken in the air by Edward Kosi. And the Warriors back in possession. Very much looking forward to the Tigers' prospects in 2025 as the Warriors put it through the hands inside their own 20. That is very risky play. They're inside their own 10 even. Trying to make some meters against this Sharks defense that has stood up tonight. Barnett offloads. Back for Nickel Clockstead. Held in the tackle. Gets the offload away. Well, it was a very late offload. And straight up the middle goes the number 26, whoever he might be. I honestly have no idea who it is. Samuel Healy. Hey, I wonder if that's any relation to Mitch Healy. As Stone Street takes the high ball and brings it back, the Sharks will start the set on their own 20-meter line. And the Sharks, 6 points all. Tackle 4 here. Hazelton double pumps, gets it out to the sofa. Flat pass to Hiroti, and Katoa's in space. Sione Katoa with one to beat. Kicks in field. The Sharks lead the chase, and they get in each other's way and balls it up. Well, I've seen it all now. Miscommunication between Atkinson and Vayela. Miscommunication, and they have completely balls this up, the Sharks. And they lose it over the dead ball line. Well, I can't believe it. Somebody needed to call it. Somebody needed to call it. In the end, they've both gone for it. And they've both dropped it. Big defense there from Hamlin Uele on Fisher. Harris knocks the ball free. And the Warriors dive on the loose ball and stay in possession. Backwards, says the referee. Well, that's a huge let-off for the Warriors. It really is. As Sione Katoa's off the field now. And this is the problem with the preseason games, isn't it? And picking multis. Witeni Zalesniak was off inside the first 10 minutes of the match. And Sione Katoa, the opposing winger, off inside the first 10 minutes of the second half. As the high ball is taken well by Stone Street. So secure under the high ball. Sharks in possession. Honestly, Stone Street needs to be a priority signing. The Sharks have let so much young talent go. Metcalf playing for the Warriors. I would take Metcalf over Hines. Honestly. If Mulatalo wants to leave, let him leave. We've got Stone Street. Fifth and last for the Sharks on halfway. Atkinson is cleaned up after the kick. They keep him on his feet, though, so no penalty. And Kosi brings it back for the Warriors. 8 minutes gone in the second half. Lots of errors and a rather uneventful match. Nobody's really... I'm surprised, actually, at the lack of... just the lack of attack from both teams. I mean, it's a trial game. Who cares if you win or lose? I was expecting a lot more variation and experimentation from both sides, to be honest. But we're seeing a lot of just one out. Apart from... the Warriors are the only team that's really done anything out of the ordinary when they spread it wide from inside their own 20. Outside of that, fifth and last, 30 out from the line, and Metcalf puts it high. Chasing through and putting pressure on Hiroti, but does well under the high ball. Big defense. The Sharks are driven backwards. Inside their own 10-meter line, they're pinned down here, and Stone Street, wow, add another little line on his resume. Stone Street getting involved in the hard work bringing the ball out of territory. Beryl from dummy half to Burns. Mr. Burns will play it, 40 out. They stay on the short side. Puru puts the kick down, taken on the fall by Nickel Clockstad. Under no pressure, he brings it back into the midfield. Dummies and almost goes through half a gap. 10 minutes gone in the second half. All locked up at 6-all. Straight up the middle now, the Warriors. On the attack. Metcalf out the back to Nickel Clockstad. Dummy steps back in field. Takes tackle 5 on the 20-metre line. Metcalf waits. Kicks crossfield high. Contestable kick. And it's been lost by the Sharks. And lost forward, says the referee. And this is a result for the Warriors. Straight through the hands. And down it goes. The number 18 is Chris Vela. Oh, we got a captain's challenge. Our first captain's challenge of 2025. The Sharks challenged the call of knock-on. I'm afraid it was a pretty blatant knock-on. There's also potentially an escort there against Daniel Atkinson. They might have just challenged themselves into a penalty. Well, the challenge is successful, but they've challenged themselves into a penalty. So the Warriors still have the ball. That's hilarious. The Sharks challenged the call of knock-on. They were right, but Daniel Atkinson runs the escort. And the Warriors get the ball back either way. That's hilarious. 10 out from the line here. The Warriors tap and go. Barnett driven backwards in a two-man tackle. The Sharks under the pump here. Fisher Harris puts the shoulder in. Runs over the top of Beryl. 2 meters short. Metcalf, they go left. Inside ball. 2 meters short. Quick play the ball. Metcalf again to Barnett. Backs into the defense. Stands in front of the post. 2 meters out on play 4. Metcalf out the back it goes and spilled by Nickel Clockstad. And the Sharks swoop on the loose ball. This could be a runaway try, but he's run away from his support, Hiroti, and now spills the ball. And the Warriors come away with it. Play on, says the referee. Tamate Martin steps and goes up the middle. From end to end, mistake to mistake. And the Warriors on 0 tackle now. 20 out. Tamate Martin is close. They're 12 out from the line. Barnett. 5 out. Aaron Clark stands in the tackle. Third tackle. They go right. Metcalf to Nickel Clockstad. Taps the pass up and stepping back in field to score the try. Unopposed. The number 22, Tayan Tupiki. Taupiki. The Warriors take the lead. Well, that was an extraordinary set of play. The Warriors came up with the mistake. It was great defense from the Sharks. And the Sharks race away upfield to the halfway line. come up with an error of their own. Advantage had been played. And the Warriors returned it. Got the 0 tackle. Got the attack going. And Taupiki scores the try that puts the Warriors in the lead. Luke Metcalf lining up the kick. Should be a relatively simple one, just to the right of the post. Yes, he puts it through. And the Warriors lead 12 points to 6. That was a frantic little piece of play. Sione Katoa's off the field now for the Sharks as well. Just a burner to the shoulder apparently there for Sione Katoa. So just a precautionary thing that he is off the field. It's the kickoff down to Barnett. Warriors leading 12 points to 6. Moses Alphonse says, "Go Warriors." Yeah, we'll go. He probably didn't want to wander through the shot on his own accord, but we'll go ahead and bring him in.
Hey, everybody.
Wearing his Pikachu hat. Pikachu hat and all. As the Warriors keep this ball alive. Up towards the halfway they go. Live through my eyes, this game has been played at Shark Park. Not a big turnout. I mean, once again, it is only pre-season. It is the trial games. So, big turnout. Ahoy, Pikachu, says Brennan. 25 minutes to go. Been a few stoppages. It's kind of... it hasn't really dented our plans. It's just the game ends a few minutes later than we expected it. We're off to see Alien Ant Farm tonight.
Drowning Pool. Oh. But, you know.
That Drowning Pool just happened to be there. That's the way I look at it. Fifth and last. And Atkinson puts the kick down to the corner, taken by the Warriors. And the Warriors start the set as Fisher Harris leaves the field with Mitch Barnett. Smooth Criminal, yes, that's the one.
That's the one, yeah.
That is the one.
I look on Spotify today. I recognize another one of their songs, but you know everyone knows from.
That's yeah.
Hard to go past that.
That is the one, indeed. As from dummy half, and he's had his pants pulled down. Moon in the camera. Those look like slightly see-through bicycle shorts. Bunty Afoa in at first receiver, and a decoy runner from the Warriors nearly gets all tangled up. Fifth and last on halfway, Metcalf puts the kick down to the corner. And the Sharks will come back with it. 25 out from their own line. Yeah, Movies was my preferred song out of their singles.
That's the one I was talking about. Yeah. That's the it's familiar, but I don't know it. But yeah, no, it's a good song. Really
You'll know it when they play it.
Oh,
You'll go, oh, that's that song.
that one, yes.
Sharks up towards the halfway line. Teague Wilton's on. Playing the ball on halfway now. A couple of tackles up the sleeve and through the hands down the right-hand edge. They go half a break. Well tackled in the end. Hiroti goes to ground. Fifth and last. And a kick should be taken under no threat from Nickel Clockstead, though he bobbled it into his own face. Does come away with it. And 12 points to 6. The Warriors in possession. Oh, he's hurt himself, Nickel Clockstead. A little bit of cramp there, perhaps. And we've also got another Warriors player down in back play. So, as we approach the final quarter of this match, yes, all the players just starting to cramp up, tighten up a little bit. Their first real hit out of the year. I mean, you can train all you want, but nothing to compare with the real deal as the Warriors come up with another mistake. Is this another cocked play the ball? As Nickel Clockstad's off the field, precaution, I dare say. He was cramping up, tightening up. We saw it quite noticeably. And they've taken him off the field now as well. God, there's going to be a whole field of players I don't know out there the way it's going. Like, we're already down into the 24s and 25s. I saw 28s running around for one of the teams. I'm not going to know who's who. Scrum down for the Sharks. Geordie Aussie, thank you very much for the super chats. Cheers. Oh my. Put that up to your face again. It's see-through. Holy crap.
I didn't even realize that.
As the Sharks come up with a mistake.
Oh, that's just brilliant.
At the play of the ball, yes. Again, oh, they are cracking down on the play of the balls. We've seen it a couple of times now from the Warriors, and that's the first time we've seen it from the Sharks. How hard is it, honestly, to put your foot on the ball when you're playing it? Obviously, it's very difficult. Don't ask me. I've just got my magical invisible drink.
I totally agree with the Metal Maiden. Like I was singing before, if only it was in my alter ego. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Warriors, going to Sharks territory. Inside ball and a huge tackle there on Vaimegu. I'm sure I said that wrong. And the fifth and last, they go to ground without offering any sort of attack. Tanjam says he's prettier than Michelle. Hey, there you go.
I do try.
Yeah, it's funny. Michelle hangs out on TikTok now because they're much, much nicer to her over there.
What do you mean?
The people are nicer to Michelle.
Fair.
So, yeah, on TikTok, the people ask, when's Michelle going to be on next? So that we can tune in, get her back on the show. And on YouTube, it's like, Dan, when's Michelle going to be on the show next so I know not to watch? That's the difference between them.
Poor Michelle. Oh, dear.
Oh, I'm sure it's all in jest and love. Much love.
Hopefully.
At the end of the day. We've got a special live VIP performance going on as well. Not just live out there, but live for one person. 18 minutes to go. There's the Clearys. The Clearys are up in the box. Cleary family. Well, Ivan and not sure if Nathan was there, but of course, one of the Clearys, Jet Cleary, has signed for the Warriors, and he's actually out on the field now. Speak of the devil. Here he is, the younger brother of Nathan, Jet Cleary. My God, they all look alike. Ivan, Nathan, you can tell they're all part of the same family. Here we go. Now, this will be one to keep an eye on. Jet Cleary has run out for the Warriors. Bunty Afoa takes it 20 meters out. Here on play 2, the Warriors. It's taken some time. But they're starting to click into gear. He is the younger brother of Nathan Cleary. Yes, Jet Cleary is out on the park, and here he is, his first touch. Runs it to the line, and it has to go back because the Warriors have failed to play the ball properly for the 4th time tonight. They have not put their foot on the ball and just rolled it back, and they are cracking down on that this year. 4 from the Warriors, 1 from the Sharks. It's a basic of rugby league. Put your foot on the ball when you play it. Watch. Foot. Oh, geez, he pushed that close. He's wearing pink boots too, so that makes it even harder to get away with. Stand out, you know. Pink boots. 17 minutes to go. Sharks with the offload. And I do apologize. I've stopped saying players' names because for the most part, these are all guys I don't know. There's no interchange policy in the preseason. They're allowed to substitute anyone and everyone as many times as they want. It's not like in the regular season where they've only got a certain amount that they're allowed to do. So we are all the way down to like numbers 26 and 28 are out there. All guys from the New South Wales Cup I'm unfamiliar with. As Atkinson gets the kick away. And the Warriors lose it backwards and dive on the loose ball. 10 metres out from their own line to start this set here. The Warriors, 16 minutes to go and leading 12 points to 6. Geordie Aussie says KO is no more next month. What do you mean?
I got an email the other day saying that they're changing basic to premium and charging per month.
Oh, so it's not no more. They're just changing. Yeah, that's what I had heard as well.
For Geordie Aussie, it's probably no more. But
oh, okay. I see. He might be speaking personally as opposed to a business perspective. As the kick goes in, taken on the full at the back by the Sharks. Metcalf is... Metcalf would be off if Jet Cleary's out there. Babyface Bano. Yeah, Jet Cleary would have come on for Metcalf with 15 and a half minutes to go. The Sharks bring it up towards halfway. I'll do my best to try and learn these players' names as we go along. I mean, there's still a few guys out there that I am familiar with. Oh, the Sharks come up with the spilt ball. And tempers are flaring out there a little bit of push and shove. Bring back the biff. Oh, that was a huge hit. Forcing the mistake. It wasn't an unforced error. That was very much a forced error. And Chris Vaiella has been folded in half in the tackle. And the Sharks get a little bit fired up about it. 12 points to 6. 14 minutes to go. Warriors scrum. And they spread it to the right-hand edge. Dragging defenders up towards the halfway line. Of course, we've got tomorrow the Panthers versus the Raiders. Oh, that's a huge hit. Was it too high? From Hiroti. No, says the referee. They might have a closer look at that as the ball spills forward and the Sharks are in possession. Another error from the Warriors. But the Sharkies, they look out on their feet at the moment as Wilton makes a couple of meters. Not a whole lot of distance made off of that one. Do you want to be a champ and get me my other bottle of this from the... Yeah. I would usually just go and do it on my own, but... I've got a lackey here tonight. Down this near side, the Sharks picked up and driven backwards in defense. A huge tackle. 5th and last now. 30 out from the line. High ball down the middle of the field. And it is taken by the Warriors. 5 out from their own try line. They'll start this set and spill the ball on play 1. The Sharks come up with the error. They forced the error there from the Warriors. Cheers. That's a big mistake. Invites the Sharks back into this contest. Moses Alphonse, you're watching on the phone and you want the Warriors to win. They are at the moment. A crucial mistake they've just come up with here, though. Scrum down for the Sharks, 10 metres out, right in front of the posts. Options left and right. They are stacked on the right, though. This near side, they go left. They break away to the short side and create the overlap, but the pass was not on point. He had to reach back for it, the winger. If it was out in front, he could run onto it and score in the corner. The execution just lacking, but tackles up the sleeve. Wilton backs into the defence. And that's not even... Good Lord, that looks like Teague Wilton. Not even Teague Wilton. Tackle 3 here, 5 out. Sharks go to the left. To that bloke I thought was Teague Wilton. But it's not. Beryl kicks through. Then the Warriors get there and tap it dead just in the nick of time. We're up to number 30, for God's sake. Oh, my goodness. Number 30 is Pascala. Pascala, yeah. Number 30. Okay, so the Warriors have rolled out the reserves bench all the way down to number 30. I mean, that's pretty much their entire squad. Honestly. Goal line restart. They go short. Lost forward. And into touch off the Warriors. It'll be Sharks ball. I think. Well, what's the referee called here? Sharks ball, yes. Yeah, so in the NRL, you get a top 30. And that's the players that count towards your salary cap. There's 30 players that have been listed in the team list tonight for the Warriors. You can see the Sharks haven't really done any better. They've listed 27.
27, yeah.
30 for the Warriors, and they've used them all. Number 30 is out there on the field right now.
So they've paid a lot of airfares to get 30 people over.
It would seem that way. Down the left-hand edge, the Sharks go, and it's going to be called obstruction, I think. It might be called obstruction. The Sharks are celebrating the try through this backline movement, but it's gone up as no try. And, yeah, I've got to say that the Sharks player kind of gave himself up immediately as they ran through the gap. He sort of rocked his head back in disappointment a little bit because he knew he'd got himself in the wrong spot. We'll see that on replay. As they play this back through, we will see the culprit gives himself up. But anyway, they're going to have a closer look at it. It's gone up as no try. We'll have a look, though. Here we go. Okay, so the Sharks attack the left-hand edge. And bang. Yeah, he's taken him out. Okay, but that one might have impact on the play, though. Yes. Yeah, he just rocked his head back. He gave himself up immediately. You know exactly who the culprit is there. He gave himself up. No try. This will be a penalty to the Warriors. Nine and a half minutes remaining. That's a let-off there for the Warriors. There we go. We saw our first little glimpse of the the new interpretations in action. So the TMO had basically decided the first contact was okay, but the second contact there, as he just dropped his arms, went, oh God, I've ballsed this up, haven't I? 9 minutes to go. Warriors back in possession. No penalties for the Sharks in the second half. Up over halfway. Now go the Warriors. Through the hands out to the right-hand edge. Taken on tackle for a double pump. Is that Jazz Tavanga? Number 28. Fifth and last, the kick. It's not. Kick out to the corners. Lost forward by the Sharks, but it will be a penalty. Dropping the shoulder in, judging by the call from the official there. Dropping the shoulder in, taking the man out. Big penalty here for the Sharks. They're still in it. They're still in touch. Jazz Tabanga's a Sea Eagle now, yes. I looked at the... God, it looks like him, though. I've been confused with a couple of the replacements. The number 21 for the Sharks that I've been calling Teague Wilton all night is actually Brad Fernley. God, he looks like Teague Wilton, though. But yes, Jazz Tavanga has indeed left for the Sea Eagles. It was Tanner Stowers-Smith. Beryl holds the pass up. And the Sharks nearly go through a gap. Kyle Pickering there. Fifth and last. Change of direction, and the kick for the corner is tapped back, but the Warriors dive on the loose ball. 2 meters out from their own line at most. So close there for the Sharks, yet so far. 7 minutes remain. And once again, I've been surprised really by the lack of just... I was expecting a lot more enterprise from both teams, throwing the ball around, trying things out. But yeah, it's almost been like if anyone plays Rugby League Live 4 on PlayStation, as this kick skews off the side of the boot. Shanked it off the side there from Jet Cleary. That'll be a handover. We'll come back to that comment.
I just saw it. I couldn't.
Yeah, we'll come back to that comment because I'm processing a thought, or trying to, anyways. At the moment, process thought. Anyway, I forget what I was even on about. So Defunct says those hats your mate is wearing would look great in the merch shop with a goalpost on the forehead. Oh yes, they would. Yes, I wonder if we could manufacture those.
Surely.
So instead of Pikachu and Pikachu ears, it's footy posts. And every time you say take the 2, you put the post up.
Yeah. It's like got a Western World of Sports logo on the front.
Fantastic idea. That is a fabulous idea. As the Sharks now go on the attack with 5 minutes 40 left to play. And they're 12 meters out. Beryl scoops it up with one hand and goes the short side. Half a meter out. Beryl backs away, puts the grubber kick through, and it sets up for Kafusi. Is that Kafusi? I don't know. No, it's Hohepapuru who scores the try, and that will surely be the equaliser. The Warriors' defence racing up too quickly, left the gap in behind for Beryl to grubber through. And Puro scores. 12 points to 10, the kick to come. Here we go. They play the ball half a metre out. Beryl. Puller's onside. That's all that matters. The try is scored beside the posts. I'm saying he's played no role at all. There is a Sharks player offside here. The number 22 is... No, well, he's onside there from the kick. So I think this is fine. I don't see any reason to take this away. And the Sharks look to have tied it up. You would think. And they've done it with purely a reserve grade team. Try confirmed. It's 12 points to 10, and we've got a blockbuster finish here. The NRL is back. And it's been a largely unentertaining game as Hiroti puts the conversion over. I've got to say, honestly, a largely unentertaining game. But the last 4 minutes are going to be something. 12 all. $12 points all. Down to the wire. The Warriors to get us back underway. Eventually. Maybe. It's happening. Here we go. Ready to kick off now. So 12 points all. 3 minutes 56 is the exact time left on the clock. Warriors with the restart. Sharks thought they miscommunicated there. We've already seen one miscommunication from the Sharks. Graham Yamby says, "Go Sharks." Yeah, I don't know that it's a preseason game. It doesn't really tell us a whole lot, but I think an impressive performance tonight by the baby Sharks. Nobody sing the goddamn song. Nobody, I swear.
Oh, please, for the love of God, no one sing it. No one mention it.
Mitchell Vela Sport asks if the game can go into Golden Point. I don't think they have Golden Point in the preseason. They wouldn't worry. They wouldn't worry about it, I don't suspect. As the kick in behind the Warriors is lost into the end goal. Backwards. Play on. There's plenty of time for him to bring it back into the field of play. 15 metres out from their own try line here, the Warriors. 2 minutes 55 to go. Losing the ball on play one. No call of a knock on. It's gone sideways and backwards, says the referee. Big defense from the Sharks. Oh, it might only be a preseason trial game, but they can feel it here, the Sharks. They want it. 2.5 to go. A kick from inside the 40. Doesn't get enough on it. It's going to sit up at the back here for the Sharks to return it. Let me see. That's a very noticeable dude there. Let's see, 25. Christian Dixon out there in the number 25 for the Sharks. Big defense here from the Warriors inside the last 2 minutes now. Driving the Sharks backwards. Kudo, the try scorer. Takes it outside the 40 on play 4. Attacking to the right. Flat pass on the halfway line. Read well by the Warriors defense. A fifth and last now. The Sharks have to kick. In behind the line, and it's lost backwards by the Warriors again into their end goal. That's a huge mistake. Running across to try and take it on the full, and it's the number 30, and that's probably why he's number 30 in the squad. Motu Pasakala has lost it behind him and over the sideline, and this will be a goal line dropout with 1 minute to go. And it goes to Jet Cleary to take the kick. Jet goes short. And out on the full. It's out on the full. The Sharks will have to play the ball. 10 out in front of the posts. A full set of 6. And the Warriors are just finding more and more ingenious ways to balls this up. Well, they're going to take it 10 in from touch. It says still 10 out, though. Either way. lined up to the left here, the Sharks. 28 seconds to go. They have a full set of 6, essentially, to win this game. Beryl from dummy half, the one-handed scoop. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I'd slap him across the face if I was the coach. Pick it up, and the loose pass over into touch. In behind everybody, and it's going to be a 12-all draw here to open the preseason challenge for 2025. 12 points all. The Sharks and the Warriors can't be broken. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you left for some reason.
No.
I looked at the screen and you were gone. I'm like, oh. 12 points all. Deadlock that can't be broken. And as you would expect, an error-riddled game where neither side really took dominance. I have to say, though, on the surface, like I said earlier, I have absolutely no knowledge as to what the expectations or the objectives were for either team coming into this game. But I would have to say that just on the surface, the Sharks, with clearly a reserve-grade developmental squad, and the Warriors with a full-strength squad, you'd have to say that a reserve-grade team pushing a full-strength squad to 12 all after 80 minutes, even though it's only a trial, the Sharks probably walk away the happier of the two teams on the back of that. They've blooded some great young talent. Nick Young, no overtime in the preseason challenge? No.
Waste of time. Particularly.
Exactly. The wins and losses don't mean anything, so...
It's preseason for a reason, right?
Yeah. Yep, so it doesn't really matter.
And just like trial matches and...
Yeah, I mean, look, there is something to play for. Like, there is a table, there is a prize for finishing on top, but, I mean, it's just a monetary prize. At the end of the day, clubs don't really care about monetary gains. I mean, the prize money, I can't remember what it was last year, and I don't know what it is this year. Nick, no worries, mate.
Cheers, this year.
And,
Cheers, Nick.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, the monetary gain, but bloody they make more in the clubhouses over the course of a weekend from the pokie machines at their clubhouse. So it's a rather insignificant monetary gain, but still. Trey says preseason ain't mean nothing, but Sharks had under 20s versus full speed. Exactly what I was saying. Exactly what I was just saying. I think the Sharks walk away the happier of the two teams here. All right, we're off to Alien Ant Farm.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. We'll have more post game stuff after, like as the season commences. Thank you so much for your company on this one. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Until next time.
Until then, cheers with his invisible cup. Thank you, everyone.